Hello. Today I'm going to be recording a bass guitar and two electric guitars into FL Studio. I'm just going to record the verse parts and the chorus parts, and we can arrange them any way we want to into the playlist until we figure out what our final arrangement is going to be. If you want to later, you can go back in and record all the guitars in one take, if that's the way you want to do it. But for now, we're just recording pieces. We're kind of punching in, so to speak. Okay, let's get started. We're going to be using EZdrummer 3 as our timekeeper. So first let me change the tempo to a random, 115. And we'll open up EZdrummer. Most of the instruments, the kick, the snare, the toms, the cymbal, are going to separate tracks in FL Studio. And first what we want to do is find a groove in EZdrummer 3 that's inspirational. There's a lot of them to go through. Okay, that one sounds pretty good. Let's start with that. We'll create a new pattern. Well, no. Actually, let's just take the original pattern and just delete everything. And then I'll drag the EZdrummer 3 pattern up into the channel rack. And we'll rename this pattern Drums 1. Great. Okay, anyway. Then what I do is I take this pattern and I drag it out into the playlist for an infinite amount of time. And this is going to be my timekeeper for the entire length of the arrangement for now. Later we'll go back in and we'll insert fills and crashes and things like that when we're sure what the arrangement is going to be. The next thing we're going to do is record a bass guitar to our drum track. So before I do that, I'm going to take this track number 19 and arm it as a recording track. I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to go over here to the right. I'm going to select my input from this drop-down list. When I selected track 19's audio input, FL Studio automatically armed this track for recording. And at this point, I'm also going to right-click the record button and make sure that audio only is selected. So now let's pick up the bass guitar. It's all Warmoth parts, alder body, maple neck, EMG pickups, and an EMG bass and treble preamp with two 9-volt batteries in the back. Okay, that test tone sounds pretty good. Let's play some kind of E minor riff or something, just anything. We'll hit record and yes, into the playlist. Okay, so I recorded a couple of takes of an E minor riff and a G note, and we'll just patch those together to make our verse. So I'm going to select my slice tool and slice up this wave file and arrange it into something cohesive. I'm also going to rename the file Bass 1. Duplicate this bass file a couple of times and see what we've got so far. Okay, one more bar. Looks like my bass guitar is still being routed to the master track, but we'll fix that in a few minutes. Okay, that sounds like a pretty good verse. Let's select all of these and merge them all for now. Later we'll come in and insert fills and crashes and make the arrangement more dynamic. So now I have a pretty good verse, drum, and bass line. Okay, so it's at about this point in the project I like to address some sort of key chart. This is a random one from the internet. I know we're playing an E minor ref and a G major chord, so here are the chords that I can use in the key of E minor. We can use C and D major, and we can also use A minor and B minor. And let's keep that all in mind while we're still holding our bass guitar, because right now I want to also record the chorus bass line, which I think is going to be C, D, and back to E minor.
There's an airplane overhead.
Nah, leave it yet.
Okay, C, D, and back to E minor for the chorus. Our number 19 track is still armed. Let's hit record, yes into the playlist, and see what happens. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's patch it all together and see what it sounds like. I'm just going to move this track over a little bit so we have some more room in between the verse and the chorus. Okay, let's grab a guitar. This is an imitation Telecaster, solid maple body, maple neck, and hot Tele Seymour Duncan pickups. I'm using an old Zoom G5 effect pedal. Okay, let's tune it up. That sounds perfect. Okay, this is what the G5 software looks like. I have a whole bunch of patches that I've programmed in here. That's the Rockman preset I created. Okay, let's go back to the Fender Twin preset. Look out, Mom. Yeah, you get the idea. So our number 19 track is still armed for record. So let's go ahead and hit the record button and see what we can come up with. For this track, I just want to record a clean arpeggiation. Let's just see how that goes. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm just going to arpeggiate the G major chord for the second half of the verse, but I'm just going to start at the beginning and use the drums as a timekeeper. Okay, let's move that G chord into place. Okay, let's duplicate that with a slight variation so these two guitar parts can be panned hard left and right in the stereo field. I just need to arpeggiate an E minor chord and a G major chord like I should have done the first time, but first let's pick a different guitar tone. Ooh, that's a lot of noise. The Telecaster has single coil pickups, but that's just the way it is. Just play louder. that's sloppy, but at this point, who cares? Because right now we're just in the writing and arrangement process. Okay, so now I'm going to rename tracks 13 and 14 to guitar left and guitar right and assign those two tracks to our new audio files. And I'm also going to merge this clip into a single audio file. And line everything up to the end of the verse. That looks pretty good. Okay, what do we got so far? So here's a problem. We need to fix the routing on the bass guitar. So I'm going to double click on this and route it to track number 11. This one as well. And take this guitar and route it to 13. Right now I'm going to pan these guitars left and right, and you'll hear the difference immediately. Okay, let's record the verse guitars. But we're going to bump it up a notch and use the Schecter. So our chorus part goes C major, D major, and E minor. Let's try that. I'm going to select this tangerine patch from the G5 software. Okay, good enough. So let's dive right in and record the right side guitar. Let's change our G5 patch and hit record. This is beginning to sound like 80s hair metal. Okay, what do we got? Okay, let's make sure that these two guitar tracks are routed to insert 15 and insert 16. And then let's pan them left and right and experience the difference in the sound that makes. Let's move all this over and make room for a couple of drum fills that I've added into the project. Move all this together and see what it sounds like. My intention with this video was to record 2 guitars and a bass and punch them in and just demonstrate how I do things in general. Later we'll go back and we'll fix this arrangement. We'll make it musical, maybe even mix a little bit, add some vocals, and that's something you're going to want to stay tuned for because my vocals are something you do not want to hear. Hope you all had a good time. Thanks for watching, and most of all, keep recording. Thank you.